And I think it's showing in the way Bayern are playing at the moment in the Bundesliga. They've won 12 of 13 games, still unbeaten. They're sitting pretty. So like what happened in this game, it was basically Bayern being Bayern. They showed up and almost went 1-0 up with Lennart Karl scoring a goal that was rightfully ruled out for offside within the fifth. It was like fifth minute in, and Carl scores, beautifully taken shot. The kid is a gift to this club. I don't know what's going to happen when Diaz and Musiala and everybody's available, but this kid is going to definitely be a selection headache for giving is going to be giving the coaching staff selection headaches, because the way he's playing right now, you want him in the team. He's a goal threat. He can run with the ball. He can protect the ball. So he scores in the fifth minute, rightfully ruled out for offside. And the entire first half is Bayern chance after chance after chance after chance. They were dominating territory. They were dominating possession. They were dominating big chances created. Gnabry had a shot saved, a couple of Kane shots that didn't turn into goal. One was saved. One left-footed shot hits the post. Beautiful, that would have been a beautiful goal. Neuer had very little to do, and then Lennart Karl has a chance in the 43rd minute, followed by an Elise chance in the 44th minute. So, Bayern was basically running this game. Then in the beginning of the second half, there you have a shot from Santos going wide of Neuer's goal, and then followed by that own goal in the 53rd, 54th minute by Kimmich, which basically, I think, upset Bayern, because they had been doing all the work to win this game, and all of a sudden they find themselves trailing. And Bayern, they were not behind for too long. I think it was all of 11 minutes before Gnabry made it 1-1. And then Karl, who was irrepressible, he always looked good for a goal in this game. He scored the second goal 4 minutes later on the 69th minute. And then Jonathan Tah scored the third goal, I think 77th minute, to make it 3-1 Bayern. And by that point, it was obvious. There was only going to be one winner when Bayern scored basically the equalizer, because they had been running this game for the most part. And to be honest, I think Bayern is just, at the moment, the team to beat. I know PSG are the current champions. I don't think they're going to repeat. I think they have a really good team too, PSG, but I'd be surprised that they repeat in the Champions League this year. But the one thing that they both have, like Bayern and PSG have, is that they play in leagues where, the league trophy is basically an invitational trophy for them. I know there've been other teams who've upset these two clubs in their respective countries recently. But my opinion is that the early stages of the Champions League tend to favor, maybe English teams a lot more. Like the English teams will make it into the later round, as you can see in the top 15 positions. All English teams are in the, within that range. And there'll be several who will qualify in the top 8. But because the Premier League is so demanding physically, I think it's hard for Premier League teams to go into the spring with a degree of dominance that I think, if you're Bayern and if you are Madrid or Barcelona, or if you're having a good year, and I want to say PSG, if you're one of those four teams, the two Spanish teams, the German giants and the French giants, you are in an advantageous position, because you can usually seal the league championship, around March time, maybe April, and you can basically play reversed 11s, flip-flop your 11 to give people game time, keep the squad rotating and happy and healthy. And I think Bayern have really given themselves a solid platform to build from here. And to be honest, I like them. I like them. I don't know what happens if you run into Bayern. I don't think that anyone wants to run into them. And now they just got Alfonso Davis back in this game. Came on as a late substitute. He's been out injured for a long time. So I think Bayern, cool. They've had a good start to the season, and you just can't beat bet against them at this point in time.